I'm just glad I could finally catch up. There is no playoff basketball today, which is all fine and dandy. But we can talk about how these series are going. Now, the most surprising to me currently will have to be the Dallas Mavericks, how they're down 12 to the Suns. Not that they're down 12, it's just in the fashion that they went down. Because the game was close until the fourth quarter last night. It was relatively close. And then, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, they took over in the second half of the game. And they took turns on Luka down the stretch. And it's not even that Luka's issue is that he's not the best on defense. That's not his issue at all. It's not even that his condition isn't there yet either. Because those are the two things I had that were holding him back from being a top 10 player earlier this year in my rankings. It's his usage rate. They want him to do too much. And I get your best player having the ball the most. That makes the most sense now. Best playmaker, best scorer, best shooter. Not the best pure shooter. But you get it. Like, you understand Luka having the ball in his hand most of the time. It's that they want him to do so much, and being that Phoenix perimeter defense is actually legit, unlike Utah's, they're struggling for it. Because while Spencer Dinwiddie was pretty good to start, with his quick 10 points and whatnot, I believe he only finished like 12. And with the way he was playing early in the game, I'm thinking, alright, Spencer Dinwiddie should finish around 18, maybe 20 points. They get to the victory. No, that's not the case. That's just because Phoenix perimeter defense is legit. Again, unlike Utah's, Jalen Brunson's clearly struggling, only averaging 11 points. Following up the Utah season's averaging like 20 plus. So Phoenix is a legit team. We already knew that. There's not much Luka can really do. I mean, he's averaging 40. They lost both games. Yeah, the road players will most likely be better at home. So they split that road trip there, and then they get closed out in 5. That's what I see happening when it comes to Dallas. The big news for the Philadelphia series, besides James Harden clearly regressing on offense, and it's not that I'm expecting him to average 30 points, but like in that first game, like you get them 20 after them having a chance in the first half, I think they have a better chance of winning that game. Wasn't efficient in the second game. He did get him at least 20 though. But Joel Embiid is ruled out for Game 3. Very likely they go down 3-0. Even if Joel Embiid does come back, they're still going to lose that series being down 3-0 or 2-1. Doesn't really matter. Miami just has too much for them, and Joel's not being there. And of course, when he comes back, he's going to be a bit hampered, coming off concussion, torn ligament in his right thumb, his shooting hand. On top of that, you have him having an orbital fracture as well. Doesn't look good for them. It sucks, Philadelphia. I mean, I've seen seasons get derailed by injuries before, so I mean, it's terrible. But when it comes to Joel, how he's going to be treated by it, they're not going to say he's injury prone. They're not going to say, oh, he can't stay healthy, street clothes, blah blah blah. They're not going to do that. It's because he doesn't play with LeBron. Only thing is because Anthony Davis plays in LA. It's because he plays with LeBron. Why he's getting that attention? But it sucks. It sucks to have your season derailed by injury from a great player. But Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George are all injury-prone players. The only one that gets that amount of scrutiny for being injury-prone, though, is Anthony Davis, even though he's played the second most games out of all of them. Moving on to the most exciting series of the playoffs we have currently, the second round, the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. And then for the East, we have the Milwaukee Bucks and Boston Celtics. I'm going to just need 7 games of both of these series. I had Golden State originally winning in 6. I could see it going to 7. The matchup for Ja is a lot different. He's looking a lot more comfortable out there with the big games he's had in the first 2 games compared to having, a couple throughout the entire series. Desmond Bane hasn't been pretty good. I know he's having a lower back injury that's hampering his ability to play out there, but he's not looking the best out there. When it comes to Klay Thompson, Steph Curry in their last game specifically, they didn't shoot well from 3. Like it was pretty awful. I believe like 5 for like 25. Wasn't good. Wasn't really good for the both of them. When it comes to Klay Thompson in the last game, he was like 5 for 19. Some of his shot selection has been very questionable. He's had stretches of having questionable shot selection when he's got back, and I get it because he's missed a few years. And he's gone on record in the past that he's not going to be taking less shots, which is fine because he's a great shooter. But some of the shot selection is just putrid. Like it really is. They can get better looks. He can take better shots, and I'm going to assume they will do so at the Chase Arena on Saturday in Game 3. I definitely think they'll be taking better shots. They should be more comfortable, and they did their job. They split the road trip. So, looking forward to Game 3 on Saturday. When it comes to the flagrant 2s and the ejections of Dillon Brooks and Draymond Green, they were both warranted. Have no problem with them. Dillon Brooks was worse because it did result in an injury. Gary Payton II, he did fracture his elbow. He's likely to miss. Well, he is going to miss the rest of the series. He may miss the rest of the playoffs unless the Golden State Warriors go deep enough. Then he'll be cleared for a return. Simply put, that was a dirty play. I'm not going to say Dylan Brooks is a dirty player, a terrible player, but that was stupid, reckless, dangerous. Again, I have to emphasize stupid because that did happen early in the game, within the first 3 minutes of the game, and like, he is one of the better players out there. Like, having a hard foul, sending a message, that's fine. Setting the tone, that is fine. But you don't want one of your better players getting ejected, you know, within the first quarter, and he can't really help you on the defensive end, on offense. That was just stupid. It was really stupid. Same with Draymond's, but at least he gave you a half, and they still won that game. So both teams, their players got ejected, they won the game. So maybe that's the secret sauce for winning, is having your player get ejected. Both ejects were warranted. Didn't see any issue with them. Draymond Green did flip off the fans, which I don't really care about. Fans talking crazy to players and being surprised when they get flipped off is just stupid. And like, I mean, Kyrie did the same thing. Like, I'm not going to care about that. And this is someone that hasn't been the most supportive of Kyrie within the last year, with him being selfish when it came to him not playing games this year. But him flipping off the fans, totally warranted. Don't care. Him telling the fans to suck a dick, totally warranted. Didn't care. Like, you ain't gonna talk crazy to people and be surprised when they respond back. Like, I don't get why fans, oh my god, Draymond flipped us on. Like, shit's stupid. He got fined for it. Same with Kyrie. We're just going to the last series now. The Milwaukee Bucks and Boston Celtics. Again, whoever wins this series, I believe they're going to the finals. Giannis has looked bothered in the series. Hasn't been the most efficient. They got blown out second game. Like, the game got out of hand really early. Like, they had an 18-point lead. Milwaukee brought it back down to, I believe, 10. But then Boston came back again, and they was able to win comfortably throughout the rest of the game. Yeah, they looked flat, but Milwaukee does give up a lot more open threes and encourage you to shoot those. And Boston made them in game 2 while they missed in game 1. Giannis has looked a bit more uncomfortable out there. He is enjoying the physicality, but his field goal percentage suffered. We'll see what they do in game 3 in Milwaukee's home. And that's pretty much it, man. Looking forward to these next games on Friday and Saturday. And without the way, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe. I'm out.